At our maps here in this series, Temple of Anubis is next, then Ilios, then Nimbani, one down already. Dorado going the way of LA Valiant. So going into Assault here, man, this is Temple of Anubis. Surely we have to see some Widowmaker come out here, right?
As you say, Doa, we've seen Attack Widowmaker, Defense Widowmaker. It's been one of the biggest Widowmakers. There's a Widowmaker right there. That guy knows what's up.
Hey, Widowmaker already. Here we go to Temple of Anubis. And yeah, I think this is going to be the map where we see it. Although there was a lot of trend, right? One team plays the Widowmaker, the other plays the Genji to sort of try to counter a little bit with a bit of Winston dive attached to it. So it's kind of a game of chicken too. Like, are you going to play the Genji into my Widow? Am I going to try to play the Widow into that Genji? But on a map like this, I think you got to go with the Widow.
Well, the downfall to that is that this is the map that we saw San Francisco play against the Spitfire and get absolutely shut down by an Orisa Widowmaker defense. They really struggled, and you better believe the Valiant has seen that. And do they have a plan to deal with that? The initial push looks here like Fake is on Orisa and Soon is on Widowmaker, so they may be trying to emulate London's success.
Well, we did see them run this high ground defense behind the Widowmaker, or behind the Orisa rather, on Temple of Anubis in the preseason. So if you're San Francisco, you know this has to be an option. You know this has to be something that you could run into at least.
Certainly, and
yeah.
We'll see what happens here for San Francisco. Flipping around.
Even on that May, that'd be cool.
We have seen more May. It could be just for the boost. Just for the boost for the Orisa.
See, I like Jaehong, right, on Seoul Dynasty. He plays the May once in a while. He supports, so I get excited, right?
Well, you don't expect the Orisa up here. This is not where London played it. They played it on the main platform in front, where it's more easy to get an Orisa up there. So a very tricky defense here, probably not going to be expected by San Francisco. They will be running a dive composition. Now, Nevix may stay on that Widowmaker and run the triple DPS. We have seen, for the history of Nevix on other teams, he has played basically every position. Not to get too much into it right now. He won't do it, but there's always that flexibility with Nevix as a player.
You never know. And here we go. San Francisco Shock on the attack once more as we get things started here on Temple of Anubis. Sleepy had some pretty sick moves on Zenyatta last game, as we oftentimes see. They're going to cut to the left side here, try to circumvent that high ground defense.
Yeah, they are. Agility is running with a Junkrat here. A little bit odd with this style of comp, especially since they're not playing around a choke point at the moment. You see some of those grenades just fired from the high ground. They're playing on both positions, as you can see, of the high ground on opposite sides of the point. So they're really looking to commit. San Francisco's trying to see how they can break this defense. That's going to be tricky.
Nevix getting in there with the Diva. Oh, but
nice
he gets
shield.
low.
It was a good shield from the Orisa, but Dante found Kareem on the high ground. They actually executed a pincer flank there. Unfortunately, may not be enough. It
was a complex attack coming in from San Francisco Shock. Oh, it's Sleepy fragging out though on that dead. He may be able to turn the tide. It's not going to be easy. Oh, and with Dak going down, that may be it. Yeah, I think Elliot's going to be able to hold for the moment, but that was close. Maybe the Respawns can do it.
They're going to try at least. Nomi forcing them back off the point right now, trying to chunk down that Orisa, make sure they can't get a good location for the shield, and they're going to have to walk through.
Okay,
He'll fall back to his mercy.
How committed does Valiant want to be to point A? It looks like they're shoring up here in the corner. Fake goes down early. That's not a great start.
Bomb in there.
I kind of feel like it's sort of a half-hearted effort by Valiant, and it's not working out.
I think they're going to have to go ahead and give this one up eventually. Notice that Valiant did not try and use too many ultimates there. Basically, that push is to try and force Shock to use ultimates so that they don't have some sort of ultimate snowball on this next point.
Valkyrie?
Yeah, Dak used it, so it was successful, honestly. That was a good hold from Valiant.
I think that's something you can identify as we watch this Riptire going out there, that you can force that Mercy ult out of Dak pretty easily.
And you see they're just buying time right now, so they're slowly, you use the Riptires to say, okay, maybe we can get a pick here and slow them down as much as possible, make them reset one more time. It's not going to work. They get the read on it and explode the Riptire immediately, and now Shock trying to go for a measured attack here.
Kareem falls again. That's the second fight in a row. He's died pretty early, and that's going to be the go button for San Francisco. Baby Bay pulls out the Dragon Blade, going after his Genji counterpart. Agilities can't quite stay up, and Unko now in a little bit of trouble unless he can fight this 1v1. Gets low, but no, did I say 1v1? I meant there's a gorilla added into that as well. fate is there. And San Francisco backing off already.
Yeah, Baby Bay couldn't get quite enough done there. Yep. He found the enemy Genji, but couldn't translate it into additional kills. It's not going to stop Nevix, though, from continuing to charge forward on this point.
That's
Probably still don't have enough people to take this, however.
Well, Sleepy backed off, but the rest of his team kind of moved back in. Sleepy got caught on his own, but it looks like so far the numbers for San Francisco, despite being down a couple, are enough. Nevix going in, nice kill onto Unko there. He was ready to handle that Zenyatta respawn, and one tick already here on point B for San Francisco. Dak does go down. They gotta keep up the momentum.
Agilities has the Dragon Blade. What can he do? Can he hold?
Ooh, I don't know, man. He's looking for picks.
He missed it.
Gets low. That's going to be a tough one. He's going to want that one back. Baby Bay, though, has his Dragon Blade, and Unko falls immediately. The respawns not being too effective in holding the point for LA Valiant right now. And now with that zoning coming in with the self-destruct, gives them more time. They're so close to taking it already. Just a bit more, and it'll be 2 points for San Francisco. And they get it despite the double kill from Soon on the pulse bomb. That was exciting, but in the end, a great time set for San Francisco.
Absolutely, and missed opportunities with the Dragon Blades from both sides.
Right.
However, San Francisco stacking up enough people on the point. I was worried when Nomi died at the end and they didn't have any resurrection charges. But they waited long enough.
That was a point taken by the Shock through sheer willpower, man. They were like, Sleepy was like, well, I don't know, guys. And everyone's like, no, we're going in.
Well,
they took it.
We didn't see any real stall attempts made by the Valiant either. We saw Sleepy coming back in on the Zenyatta and getting cut down nearly immediately. So no Mei, no Sombra that we typically...
No Doomfist.
No Doomfist, another stall hero that we can see from time to time. So clearly Valiant thought that they had enough to stop that, but with Agilities falling so quickly and not picking up a kill with his Dragon Blade, it did, in the end, sink their effort at a defense.
It was a tale of two Genjis. It was the best of Genjis, it was the worst of Genjis. It was kind of worst of Genjis for Dragon Blades.
It was, but you know, credit to the teams for having some good focus fire, and at the end, too, Baby Bay did wait for Agility's Blade to be pulled out before he pulled out his own.
Yeah.
That was a necessary janitorial play for the cleanup on the point.
That's right. Somebody let Reaper know he's the designated Temple of Anubis janitor.
He is.
So
he is the janitor in Egypt most of the time.
Time to sweep.
He does it well, too.
That's right. Well, San Francisco Shock on the defense now. LA Valiant gets their turn to attack here on Temple of Anubis.
No Widow. No Widow on the defense.
Will we see Agility stick with the Junkrat? We have seen this used to kind of break some of those shield comps, but he's not going to run into that, so we may see him swap. See what happens, though. Soon on the Widowmaker, though.
Well, it depends. This is a good comp for slow pushing. If you're going to stay as a ball and just sort of try and poke your opponents over time, force them to be in uncomfortable situations. You notice they have to stay on the flank outside of the line of sight of the Widowmaker right now.
Very true.
And no pressure up top so far. Baby Bay's trying to toy with Soon. He doesn't have help from his teammates.
Oh, there it is.
Now they can fall back. So Valiant, they got the necessary pick. They can't res him. He's too far forward. So they just have to be patient. Don't commit unnecessarily here if you're the Valiant. Wait for your players to come back and you'll have an advantage.
That's right. You see a lot of teams back off into that right corridor, and so that does open up some opportunities for filling that corridor with Junkrat grenades too. So this has been an adaptation we've seen to breaking the anti-Widow defense here. They're getting onto the point though. Agilities does find Dante early. Shots coming in from Soon, gets Nomi very, very low. There's the kill on the Winston. Dak low on that Mercy. Soon can't quite find the shot.
Whoa. Couldn't actually finish that off the reload.
Yep.
Missed his opportunity to get the kill, and in spite of Agilities picking up 2, the Valkyrie saves the day for Dak, and he gets his teammates back up. That
was just right on the edge for Valiant. They were so close to having the opportunity for a good push there. They're gonna a bit more.
Yeah, they're gonna come back with a Valk of their own. So they're gonna go for the pick first, try and get the resurrection out early, or kill the Mercy. They're gonna get the tank instead.
All right.
So they went for the forward target, and now the Mercy can't get to the body to res.
That's right. Baby Bay though pulls out the Dragon Blade, already cuts down the Winston on the other side. Gotta be careful.
Will be rezzed by Kareev.
Yep. And Envy kind of trying to fight for his life right now, or fight for his mech's life at least. He has to back away for the moment. Unko brought back up by Kariv. As they do pop that Mercy ultimate on the LA Valiant side without a lot of benefit from that.
Well, they're going to get it now. They're going to push forward. They got 2 supports down, so this is the attack they want to have. Even though the Widowmaker hasn't been the most effective pick for them, and they're going to try and shoot this one over the top. Doesn't find a kill, but does get a D-Mech onto Nevix.
Yeah, D-Meching Nevix is pretty nice. Finds Nevix, finishes him off. There's a kill onto Dante there. Envy in good shape now. And LA Valiant looks like they've got what it takes to take point A.
That was actually really good ultimate management by Valiant. They knew how to push that point, when to use their ultimates to slowly grind their way forward. And after the support deaths came through from the Shock, it was sort of a lost cause getting them back from the spawn in time.
True. So now for point B. Agility sticks on the Junkrat for the moment. He's going to get pushed back by the whole of San Francisco. Dante claiming that kill in the end. San Francisco being very aggressive with their defense here. Yeah, on the back of that Primal Rage, it's working out.
Yeah, they have the room to do it because they know that LA Valiant doesn't have any ults. So you can play aggressively, try and get that first pick, and then zone the Mercy off. Dante eventually takes down Fade, and now they're going to push back. So what that did for San Francisco is because they won the fight, they're also building up a larger bank of ultimates themselves and preventing LA from really getting rolling or any purchase on the point whatsoever.
Shock with nearly 5 ults to use already here. Oh well.
This is
Can't make every jump, can you? Transcendence forced out really early, actually. Unko needs to use it. LA decides to take that as a chance to go in here. Sleepy does go down, gets res. Baby Bay not a lot with that Dragon Blade. Nomi standing strong on the point for the moment. Drops that Winston shield to break some line of sight a little bit. They need more.
They do, definitely do. Agility's trying to zone out this tank, but he gets caught and pushed back into the room on the side. Fate does find him with a Primal Rage. Dante still fighting here. And Valiant in control of the point.
Valiant all over point B right now. Now it's just the respawns. Dak does go down really quick before he can get anything with that Mercy. Sleepy on his own on the outside. And that's going to be LA Valiant getting their 2 points. Slightly less time in the time bank for them, but still a pretty fast win on Temple of Anubis attack.
3:45 for the Valiant to work with here. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to the Shock. And we haven't seen a lot of those swaps that we typically see on point B. We haven't seen the Reaper on attack. We haven't seen the Sombra on defense from these teams. And it's a bit unusual, to be sure, because mostly they've just been committing to a pretty standard Tracer, Genji. Tracy. That's her new name.
27th tier reveal, Monty? Whoa, spoiler alert.
But yes, it's with the Winston and the Diva. So it's it's pretty standard Overwatch play that we've seen through a lot of 2017 at this point in time.
True enough. So will be LA Valiant on the attack once more, since they have a little bit less time in the time bank to work with. That's how it goes. And what do we want to see from them?
I want to see Soon do more. Even though he was having an effect, obviously, because he was controlling space and where the members of the Shock could go, but a lot of the crucial picks that he needed to make weren't happening, and it did slow down their attack on point A. Agilities was doing a lot of the damage, not going to be playing the Junkrat on attack this time, and I think that's wise. Try and put a little bit more pressure onto the back line right off the bat. And this is more typical of how we see Widowmaker. Everybody else goes in and occupies the diving characters. And now finally we get to see Baby Bay on the Widow as well.
All right, Widow versus Widow. Soon did win a lot of these duels in their last meeting in the preseason. We'll see if things have changed. This was finding some shots early, but here we go. Widow versus Widow. Soon is boosted. Gotta watch out. Oh, there's a shot onto Kariv. Baby Bay has to back away, though. That dive is coming in hard. Finds Envy. D-mech'd. Gets the kill. Has to worry about Fate a little bit. Meanwhile, LA Valiant
Soon
on the
gets
point.
2.
Soon gets a couple. Yeah, with that Widowmaker. And Sleepy going into hiding here on the right side, or left side, rather.
Dak dying, really important. We did see the D-Mech obviously coming in because San Francisco reacted by counter diving onto that high ground to save Baby Bay.
Yeah.
Fate's gonna roll right back in, take out the Widowmaker, and this will be an easy push for the Valiant.
Sure enough, looks like they will get point A pretty quickly. On the San Francisco side, they do have the Transcendence available for Sleepy at least. One defensive ult is nice. Let's check out Soon, getting those sweet picks on the Widowmaker. Nice.
Dante struggled a bit with positioning, and that's another moment where he fell onto the low ground at an easy spot for Soon to take him out.
Yeah.
A little bit impatient.
We've got the Widow ult.
Yep. They don't have much else, though. Obviously, Pulse Bomb, typically not enough to open up a point.
Especially one like point B Anubis, where people come back so quickly. Speaking of Widow Bombs, there's one. There's one. It's attached to you.
Yeah, Dante gonna casually pick up Kareev.
Yeah, Nomi can't get away from Agility's Pulse Bomb. San Francisco running rampant on their own point, pushing LA Valiant back for the moment. Hey, what do we say about emoting Dante? Didn't we see Dak get really mad
The Dak
about
attack
that?
is coming back, yeah,
That's
for
right,
sure.
Yeah. I thought they unbound that king.
For those of you who missed it, Dak was shouting on stage at his teammates not to emote too early and force them to unbind their remote keys during one of their preseason matches.
He had a good reason, but it was still hilarious. All right, LA Valiant with a couple ults built up now.
It was going to be really hard for them to snowball that off of a Widow and a Tracer ultimate.
Yeah.
So not a lot of opportunities there unless Agility's hit the biggest Pulse Bomb we've ever seen.
Sure enough, a little bit of zoning from NB's team. Can't quite seem to capitalize yet, though. He's going to have to back off for the moment. Soon on the side, alone, looking for that Tracer duel. Low health, only 49 HP to go. It's going to be tough to beat Dante. Sleepy goes down. Meanwhile, Soon gets some healing. And here comes the Dragon Blade. Agilities with that Genji. Nearly has it. That's going to be a pretty decent team fight win early for LA Valiant. Now it's time to deal with those respawns. Soon getting in position for that. Kareev with the Mercy ult, keeping everybody up for the moment.
Dak's back alive, but he's not going to have that Valkyrie. He is going to be killed mid-flight to the opposite side, and this is where you've got to see some of these swaps for the heroes coming in to be a little bit more distracting.
Yeah, they're going to try Sleepy over on the Moira, but it may be too late. 2 ticks already taken for LA Valiant. They got to get back on there. Last-ditch effort for San Francisco coming in. Nevic's taken down instantly, and LA not being stopped just yet. Lucio coming in, Dak swapped over, Agilities picking off our sound professional.
There's Baby Bay too. Everybody going down. It's just a slow grind here, and that's going to be eventually. The Valiant will finish with 36 seconds remaining, so they will have another shot. Should the San Francisco Shock end up also completing the map. Yeah, we did see the swaps at the end. Obviously, Lucio, a hero that can get above the point to try and stall things out. Moira can fade out, go invisible, try and delay for just a few seconds longer, which sometimes is all the time you need with the respawn advantage to get back on the point and turn things around.
True. Valiant did a great job of just seizing control of point B and just not letting it go from the very first teamfight win in that round. And even with those swaps, Dak on your screen, I'm sure he's happy whenever he gets to switch back to his favorite Lucio, even if it is in that situation, but it need to be more annoying.
Yeah, he definitely is one of the most aggressive Lucio players that we have in this league.
Some would say too aggressive from time to time.
I love watching him play, honestly.
Hey, I do too, but I don't know if his team is too thrilled when he's like a mile and a half away from the rest of them, chasing a Widowmaker.
If you could 1v1 a Widowmaker as a Lucio, just get up onto the high ground.
You don't need to convince me that it's cool when supports go and pick people off. I'm the last person you need to convince that that's a good thing.
I'm convincing the fans. So Fate will be on the Orisa. They're going to try the same thing. It was broken pretty quickly last time, but the difference is now they have both supports on the same side as the Widowmaker. Remember last time, Agilities was over on the other side with one of the supports, and that support got picked off very quickly. So they're making some adjustments. Obviously, if Agilities gets into trouble, he can jump mine himself over. Okay.
Well, threading the needle is Soon.
That's going to use the res early, so 30 seconds. Now before they can pull that again. It's going to come around.
Baby Bay coming from behind. Low health though, Soon low as well. Nomi finds the kill. A successful dive so far from San Francisco. The tank's still up there on their own. Fate drops down. Kind of by himself in the back. Staying on the point for the moment, and it looks like San Francisco is going back to the drawing board.
It was a nice attempt. So they've got the long flank around with the Genji and tried to collapse from both sides at once. On one side with their Winston and their D.Va, the other side with the Genji, and they got a kill, but not the one they wanted because Soon immediately was resurrected. Did push them off the high ground though, and remember the Orisa's not going to be getting back up there without the Mei wall.
That's right. You need the Mei to boost the Orisa up there. She's got 4 legs, but she's not as agile as you think.
She can't jump very far. She's not very fast.
Not really. She's not a jumping horse robot.
She's the worst centaur robot.
She doesn't gallop. She doesn't jump. She trundles. High ground taken by San Francisco. LA Valiant in the corner. Dante going down early. There's a kill on Nomi. Good start for LA.
Looking for any remaining stragglers. They can get him on the back. They're just delaying the amount of time that San Francisco has to effectively take this with the late kills. And that's the problem. If you try one of these longer flanks and you fail it, you have a long way to go to try and escape them chasing you down.
Oh, man. And a late kill onto Sleepy from Soon. That will stagger the respawns and slow San Francisco down even more.
Soon's been much more clutch on this defensive Widow than he was on the attack. Hitting the necessary headshots this time around. Has more protection with the Orisa as well, must be said.
Very true. All right, time for Soon to go to work. Catches a couple Zenyatta Orbit Destructions to the face, but he's okay. Gets that damage boost from Mercy. Swapping to the other side. Oh,
Sleepy
nice
again.
Sleepy.
He's got Sleepy's number.
No kidding. Brought back up, but that's another early res having to be used by Dak. Here comes the Riptire. Doesn't find anything. Gets killed early. Dak brings Sleepy back. Once more.
Soon gets Baby Bay and Sleepy again. Dude, after the res.
He is going crazy with this Widowmaker right now. Supercharger put down by Fate. Damage boosting for everybody on the Valiant, and they're not really going to need to even use it much.
That's right. You got the sleep number. Finding it hard, Doa.
True. The sleep number. Sleepy. He wants it soft, though. But you can have it everywhere. I don't know.
Baby Bay going to dash right into a mine during the Supercharger.
Not comfortable.
Not comfortable, not at all.
Not really. Agility's trying to cover that narrow room. It's tough to move through there. And see, this is where the Junkrat is nice, right? Because you give your opponents the choice of going through this narrow room and facing the Junkrat and dying like Sleepy just did, or you have them go out in the open and face the shots from the Widowmaker. It's tough either way.
Yep, and here we go. 45 seconds left. How much can they delay this? They should wait for this Riptire. Wait, use it the last second. He's gonna get 2.
Oh, nice double kill coming in for Agility's. Kareem brings back Unko. They need that Zenyatta. But it's a great fight already as only 30 seconds remain for San Francisco Shock. This next attack could be their last. It will be their last.
Now, Kareem did use the Valkyrie, so they're not going to have that tool available. Dak will have his, but even so, Baby Bay coming in with the Dragon Blade, not going to be effective when we have a Transcendence as long as the members of Valiant group up, and Dante is going to fall to Unko.
That's right. Here comes Baby Bay. They need a big Dragon Blade if they want to keep their hopes alive here, and I think they've got exactly what they need. The final attack seems to have done the trick, an overwhelming win. And they are going to grab point A, but how much can they do with the 30 seconds that they'll get?
Baby Bay came up clutch there. Before that fight started, they had to use both resurrection charges. So they needed a hero play, and a triple from Baby Bay offers them a fighting chance here to take the second point on this map, but they're gonna have to do it, Doa, with just a pulse bomb. Nothing on the side of the Valiant, though, when it comes to ultimates. How much of a hero can Dante be? They do have a chance.
You basically get one attack with that 30 seconds added in Time Bank, in the assault map mode. And they gotta make it work, down to just about 10 seconds already. San Francisco, time to go in right now. Ooh, and Fate gets really low. If they get that pick, it'd be big. He's nearly dead, saying, no, they got him. And now San Francisco coming in. The respawns will be fast, but they've got an opportunity. Pulse bomb used by Dante. Does get the D-Mech onto Envy. Both tanks out of the way. Fate is back, though. He's already respawned. And LA Valiant trying to hold here. San Francisco giving it their all.
Both supports are now down for the Shock, though. They're not going to be able to come away with this. It's going to be too much. Can Baby Bay be the hero again?
He gets Unko. That's one. Needs a lot more than that, though, and he is out. I don't think that's going to be it. Oh, and one last Genji v Genji kill for agilities, and LA Valiant will take a 2-0 lead in this series.
They needed a lot of heroics to even take point A, and there's a little bit too much to ask with both supports down to grind out the second point of the map. No healing means that with the faster respawns, you're almost never going to win in those situations.
Well, that was just a great example of zone control by LA Valiant in that second defense, man. I mean, between the Widow and the Junkrat, the way they controlled space was great.
Yeah, absolutely was. Like the adjustments they made, not in their composition, but in their positioning with the Junk and the Widow on the second defense.
Food for thought as we go to our break. Halftime. When we come back, don't go anywhere, guys. This is the Overwatch League.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Intel and Omen by HP.